Hi, welcome to the Placement Agent Invoices Payment video session. Upon approval by the Placement Agent route administrators, timesheets become eligible for invoice processing. Staffing organization route administrators generate invoices on the basis of the approved timesheets. Invoices are generated by the staffing organization route administrators. A placement agent invoice may be generated clubbing several approved timesheets for the placement agent, which are available on the date of invoice generation. Line items of such an invoice reflect corresponding approved timesheets' total hours, total OT hours, calculated invoice amount, etc. Upon invoices generation, placement agent route administrators can see the generated invoices in their respective portals, which are due for payment by the placement agent organizations. Invoices payment user interface is a dashboard, which provides an end-to-end view of the placement agent payment workflow to the placement agent route administrators. Click on Invoices Payment menu item to get to the user interface for Invoices Payment dashboard, which consists of two nodes, Invoices Pending Payment and Invoices Paid. The nodes are represented by tabs in the user interface. By default, Invoices Pending Payment tab is active. The Invoices Pending Payment node shows the invoices, which are generated by the Staffing Organization Route Administrator. The Placement Agent Route Administrator can click on the Export Invoices Pending Payment data for downloading the pending invoice in CSV format, which may be used by the Placement Agent Organization's Finance Department for internal processing. As you see, the invoice record is highlighted in red and with a note payment expected period over. This informs the placement agent route administrator that the invoice has not been paid yet and the payment threshold days is over. At the time of making placement agent contract, the staffing organization route administrator sets a payment threshold days, discussing with the placement agent. Payment threshold days signifies that the staffing organization route administrator expects the placement agent would pay the invoices within the payment threshold days. Beyond the payment threshold days, WFMA keeps sending daily automatic email requesting the placement agent to release the payment until the payment is done. Click on the Viewing Invoice Details and Pay link of an invoice to get to the user interface for seeing the details of the invoice. As you see, the top portion provides the invoice's header details, including total invoice amount, the tax amount, and the gross invoice amount. The bottom portion shows the invoice line items. Notice that each line item shows total hours, total OT hours of the corresponding approved timesheet, and the calculated invoice amount. These line items' invoice amounts are added up to the total invoice amount. Click on the Pay Invoice button to get to a dialog box where the Placement Agent Route Administrator inputs the invoicee payment reference. Placement Agent Organization's Finance Department actually makes the payment by bank transfer, check, or by some other means. Placement Agent Route Administrator enters the payment reference to authenticate the payment. Click on the Pay button in the dialog box to confirm the payment. Once the invoice is paid, the invoice disappears from the Invoices Pending Payment node and appears in the Invoices Paid node. Click on the Invoices Paid tab. All the invoices paid by the Placement Agent Route Administrator show up here. You can see the invoice just paid by the Placement Agent Route Administrator, and the invoice status shows paid. Click on the View Invoice Details link of an invoice to get to the user interface for seeing the details of the invoice and its status details. Notice that the invoice paid status is paid. Thank you. See you in the next video.